Well, it's partly cloudy, but it's going to be hot and humid. Not as bad humidity-wise with that little breeze blowing in here at Wild Health Field. Good evening, everybody, or should I say good afternoon and happy Memorial Day. And thank you to all of you that served, and especially today we think about the ones that served and gave everything, including their lives, for the freedom that we have today to enjoy a baseball game and enjoy a day off. And hopefully everybody's taking a moment to reflect on those men and women who have given their life for that very freedom. I'm Steve Tressler, and it's time for Lexington Legends Baseball with the Wild Health Genomes actually being the home team today. They're hosting the Lexington Legends, as this will be the only time that they will do that, as the Genomes will be here for one season before they move on to their home field. We're being told it's Hagerstown, Maryland, but in any case, the Legends and Genomes are getting ready to start their doubleheader today. It's not good enough to play one game on a beautiful Memorial Day. Why not two? And that's what we're going to do. We'll come right back with the starting lineups. You're listening to Genomes Baseball right here on the Genomes Radio Network. Welcome back to Genomes Radio Network. First, the starting lineup of your visiting Lexington Legends. Batting first, playing center field, number 1, Boog Powell. Batting second, the right fielder, number 15, Tillman Pugh. Batting third will be your left fielder, number 24, Courtney Hawkins. Cleanup is first baseman, number 13, Isaiah Tejada. Batting fifth is the designated hitter today for the Legends, Phillip Irvin, number 27. Batting sixth and catching is number 2, Blake Swihart. Playing shortstop, batting seventh, number 26, Ryan Jackson. Second baseman, Manuel Geraldo, will be the ninth batter and will be at second base. Starting pitcher today for the Legends will be Jeff Thompson for Game 1. And now for your home team Genomes, batting first, number 7, Teodoro Martinez. Batting second, number 25, the second baseman, Jimmy Paredes. Batting third and designated hitting today, Moises Sierra. Batting cleanup, number 34, Chris Shaw, and he will also be playing first base. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Felix P.A. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 16, Carlos Castro. Batting seventh and playing center field is number 30, Anderson Miller. Batting eighth and playing shortstop is Clay-Louis Rondon. Batting ninth, the second baseman, Luke Becker. And pitching today will be Max Povsey for the Wild Health Genomes. As we're just a few minutes away from playing the national anthem here, or having somebody come out and sing it, and I'm sure today, hopefully, we'll have that, and we'll get started here. As the Genomes host the Lexington Legends right here at Wild Health Field in Lexington, Kentucky, on a beautiful Memorial Day 2022. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the Genomes Radio Network. As we get started, Game 1 here in just a moment as your Wild Health Genomes host the Lexington Legends here at Wild Health Field. Your home plate umpire today is going to be Marvin King. First base umpire is Chris Wood, and third base umpire is Kerry Lyle. It's going to be a beautiful day and evening for baseball, as it was interesting because all the rain was here last week, and that's really when you wanted it, because you came back today and get a good look at the Legends dugout there. Looks like that was Montrell Marshall signing a baseball and handing it over to one of the fans. You know, and we should say that I remember growing up as a kid, Memorial Day, there was always baseball on TV, or you were going to a game and you had a hot dog, and they always had a parade. But, you know, you forget what it's really about, and sometimes as a kid it goes over your head. You don't understand what Memorial Day is. Well, there's a saying that we have in the military that all gave some, but some gave all. And freedom and security are precious gifts that we as Americans should never take for granted. You've got to remember that we as a people must do all we can to extend our hand in times of need to those who willingly sacrifice each day to provide freedom and security. And while we can never do enough to show gratitude to those people, we can always do a little more ourselves. So it's nothing on a day like today to remember those who gave their lives for freedom, and extend your hand out and say thank you to those who sacrifice their time and really sacrifice time away from their family to make sure that we all have freedom. And now the Legends are in their dugout. The Genomes are still trickling into their dugout as we get ready to play the first of a two-game doubleheader between the Wild Health Genomes and your Lexington Legends. It is my understanding, though, that the Wild Health Genomes are going to be moving, so this will be the only season the Genomes will be here. Now, it'll be interesting, Keith, is if they continue to keep it named Wild Health Field. You've got to wonder, you know, why was it Wild Health Field this year even? And maybe it was in the contract or whatever it was between hosting them and having them here for a year. But in any case, they'll be here for a year before they move on, and the word is maybe it's going to be Maryland. Last week they did have the Ohio Valley Conference tournament here, and you see the OVC is still down there on the field, as Southeast Missouri took the tournament this past week in the Ohio Valley Conference tournament. So SEMO took it, and I know a friend of mine, Tiffany Yeast, will be happy to hear that because she's a SEMO grad, I should say. And now the Wild Health Genomes will take the field, and we'll come back with Genomes Baseball right here on the Genomes Radio Network. Welcome back. It's time for Genomes Baseball here on the Lexington Legends live stream YouTube channel. Boog Powell steps to the plate, the center fielder for the Lexington Legends, and he'll be facing off against Max Povsey. Now, Povsey, last time he was pitching, pitched a one-hit shutout. Not sure if that was the, one-hit shutout of innings before he left the game. I'm not sure if that was a legend or not, but we can check that. Powell steps in. And the first pitch of the doubleheader is a strike down the middle there. 86 miles an hour. Boog Powell shares his name with a famous baseball player of the same name who played years and years ago. And, of course, I asked Keith Hardiman if that was maybe his grandfather because they both are named Boog Powell, and that's not a very common name. And he said no. As Boog will get a hit and start the game off for the Legends on the right track as he hits one to left field, and the Legends right away have a base runner. And Tillman Pugh comes to the plate. Tillman having a good season so far, batting just under 300 at 290. 6 home runs and 18 RBIs. And I want to say hello to a special friend today and his wife, Thomas and Karen Blackwell from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, who are watching the game. And hello to Thomas, a big baseball fan, big Philadelphia Phillies fan. And Karen, his wife, is a singer who travels all over the world. As he hits this one high, a mile high, Anderson Miller steps underneath it and makes the catch. So one down as Pugh flies out to center field for out number 1. And now the league leader in home runs steps to the plate, big Courtney Hawkins. Now, there's a little bit of a beef between these teams because last time they faced off, Courtney Hawkins was hit 3 times by pitches in the game, and you can see all the players on the Genomes bench and the Legends bench are up against the rail here as he fires inside to Courtney Hawkins. I want you to look at the benches, guys. Look at the side over there on the Genome side and on the Legends side. They're both lined up on the rail as there's a little bad blood between these teams, and you got to wonder, that first pitch being high and inside to Hawkins, if he's going to get hit again here. Here's the 1-0, and Povsey instead fires over to first base to check his runner. Powell gets back, and Chris Shaw sends the ball back to Povsey. Good turnout so far here for Game 1, despite the extremely hot temperature. This one fired down the middle, and he's going to foul that off for strike 1. So 1-1 the count now. A lot of fans streaming in here. And there's a souvenir. As Povsey sets up the 1-1 and fires it out as the runner looked like he was going to go, and he didn't, and they dropped the pitch, the pitch out. Here's the thing, it would have had him by a mile, but since he dropped it, he probably would have been safe as Boog Powell instead stays back there at first base. It's interesting because Boog Powell that plays here for the Lexington Legends is nothing like the namesake. As Courtney Hawkins hits this a mile long up against the wall in center, Anderson Miller grabs it, fires it in, and Hawkins will have a stand-up double as Powell makes his way to home plate and scores the first run of the game. So another RBI for the league leader in home runs and the league leader in RBIs, Courtney Hawkins, as Boog Powell slides head first and scores the first run of the game. Take a look at that replay there. Deep right field goes up against the wall, and Miller fires it in, but by that time, Hawkins already made it to second, and Powell scores the run with a tag, using that left hand to reach out and score the run. And now Tejada comes to the plate, batting 158 with a home run and 2 RBIs. There goes Hawkins. He's going to try to steal third. He gets in there safe as a headfirst slide. The throw was just a little to the outside of the bag. It forced that third baseman there to reach out and grab it and then come back to the base to make the tag, and he wasn't able to as Hawkins had already made his way there. So now a runner on third. And that's Paredes down there on third base for the Genomes, who tried to make the tag. As the first pitch here fired in for a strike to Tejada. Second pitch, and now it's 1-1. Hawkins not known for his speed. As a matter of fact, on the year, that was only his third stolen base. Thanks to Hugh Davis and keeping us all up to date with the game stats. Him and Keith Hardiman as well. As we were saying, Boog Powell is nothing like his namesake there. The other Boog Powell who played in the major leagues was a big guy. He's 6'4", 230 pounds, and played 17 years. And was the league MVP in 1970. He was known for his tape measure home runs, as that ball is down in the dirt, 3-1 now. Paredes with a home run and 2 RBIs so far this season. He's among league leaders in doubles, though. He has 6 of those. So when he does get on base, he usually gets a couple at a time. Sorry, I said Paredes. I meant Tejada. And this one's hit into the gap for a base hit between third and short, and a runner will score, and it's 2-0 Legends here, top of the first. And it's good to see the Legends get off to a strong start, because I got to tell you, last time these two teams faced, it took the Legends 2 or 3 games before they were even settled enough to play good baseball. The Genomes put a beating on them in one of those 6 games. I think it was 18-2. So Tejada at first now, 1 out. And stepping up is Phillip Ervin, the designated hitter. First pitch fired in for a strike from Povsey. Oh, 1 count, 1 out here, top of the first. And that one fired in there for a strike as well. 87-mile-an-hour fastball from Povsey. Ervin batting .237, 2 home runs, 11 RBIs. Hits this one hard but foul as it makes its way out of the ballpark. Povsey has a winning record on the season. 6 starts. He's gone 3-2 this year. He's got 28 strikeouts in 30 innings. This one's outside, and the count will be 1-2 now. So that's not bad. 28 strikeouts in 31 innings. He's only walked 11. He doesn't walk a lot of batters. As he stands and delivers. This one's outside, 2-2 the count. And inside, 3-2, count goes full down to Ervin. Phillip Ervin with 5 doubles on the year. There's a runner at first. Swings and fouls this one. And he'll stay alive in the count. Legends quickly with 2 runs on the board here in the top of the first inning. Legends and Genomes are tied at 12-16, respectively, in their division, the South Atlantic Division, or I should say the Atlantic League South Division. Not to be confused with the South Atlantic League or the former. payoff. Urban hits this one hard and foul. So the count stays full at 3-2. Oh yeah. We got a fan down there with a fishing net trying to catch the foul ball rollers there. That is a serious fishing net and a serious fan looking for a foul ball. Here's a payoff pitch from Povsey. Urban swings it and fouls this one off, and now we've seen 8 pitches at this at bat, maybe 9 here. How many pitches this at bat, Keith? Yeah, 8 pitches this at bat. So Urban working over Povsey, staying alive, trying to find his perfect pitch here. Urban sets. Povsey sets as well, now lifts and fires. And Irvin hits this one hard and fair into left field. Big turn at second base there. But he's going nowhere as he backs up. So now runners at first and second. And the catcher, Blake Swihart, comes to the plate. Swihart's a switch hitter. Swihart was a University of Texas baseball player, and he's as smart as he is athletic. He graduated with a 4.0. Now, he does have some power. He's got light tower power with a smooth and easy swing from either side. Right now batting .211, 2 home runs and 6 RBIs. His wife and him just had a baby, so congratulations to them. And congratulations also to Ben Revere, whose son is here at the game, and this is his first baseball game. So Ben Revere's young, I think he's 9 months old now, 9 months old. Trent John Revere is here at the game. So welcome to Wild Health Field, Mr. Revere. Yeah. And swing and a miss from Swihart. So 0-2 the count now. Two nothing Legends. Runners at first and second. And this one's way outside. 1-2 the count now to Swihart, the catcher. Povsey, 28 years old. He's got a whip of 1.75. And this one fired in there, and Swihart will go down looking. And that's the second out of the inning. And Ryan Jackson comes to the plate, the shortstop for the Legends, batting .200 with a home run and 5 RBIs. And first pitch, ball 1 inside. Second pitch to Jackson is fouled up high and running underneath it and making the catch to end the inning. So the Legends, though, after Castro makes that catch, Legends go out with 2 runs. They leave 2 stranded, and the Genomes are coming up to bat. This is Genomes Baseball here on the Genomes Radio Network. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Wild Health Field as the Lexington Legends took a 2-0 lead here in the top half of the first inning. And the Genomes are coming up to bat, beginning with Teodoro Martinez. Martinez is the left fielder and just joined the team recently. I'm not sure if he wears a number 7 because on the scoring sheet for baseball he's a left fielder, or he just likes the number, but either way, comes up to bat. And of course, Genomes wear those Miami Vice colors, the powder blue and the bright pink. Martinez batting .250. And he looks at strike one here from Jeff Thompson. Thompson, 30 years old, 1-3 record so far, 8.14 ERA. He's given up 5 home runs this year in 24 innings. He fires this one in for a strike, 89 miles an hour, and the count now 0-2. Did you get a good look there of Martinez? He takes this pitch and hits it hard to right field. And running underneath it and making the catch for out number 1 is Tillman Pugh. So 1 up and 1 down so far for Jeff Thompson. And Jimmy Paredes will step up to the plate. Paredes is having a pretty good season. He's batting .303 with 3 home runs and 14 RBIs. Did I hear right? They're not having an all-star game this year? That's too bad. And here's the pitch to Paredes for ball 1, low. Thompson fires. Paredes hits this one foul down the right field line. Well, I think last year they didn't have an all-star game because of COVID, but I read on their thing, their release, though, that's why they're not going to have one this year is COVID again. That's kind of disheartening, you know. I mean, just for the players, too, you know. It's kind of fun for them. He hits this one high. Center field coming in and waving everybody off is going to be Pugh, and he'll make the catch. So 2 up and 2 down for Thompson. As Tillman Pugh waved off Boog Powell and Manuel Geraldo to make the catch himself. And here comes the designated hitter, Moises Sierra. Sierra doing really well this year. .364 batting average, a home run, 6 RBIs. And he'll look at strike 1 as the fastball, 89 miles an hour, down the middle from Thompson, gets in there. And this one's going to be ball 1. Thompson from the stretch, kicks and fires. Sierra hits this one. Picked up by the second baseman, fired on to first. And that's the inning, folks, is 3 up and 3 down as the first baseman, Todd, makes the catch there from his second baseman, Geraldo. So after 1, it's the Legends 2, the Genomes nothing. We'll be back with more Genomes baseball on the Genomes Radio Network. Welcome back to Genomes Baseball. As a rare occurrence here, as the Genomes are actually hosting the Lexington Legends at their home field as they share the field this year. And stepping up to the plate, Montrell Marshall. Marshall, the third baseman for the Legends. And he swings and misses, strike one, as he's batting .247, 2 home runs and 12 RBIs. Also has the most beautiful dreads in the league. And this one's going to be low, 1-1. You know, one thing about Povsey, the pitcher there for the Genomes who's pitching, is you get a look at the Legends dugouts. Povsey pitches quickly. Strike two to Marshall as he doesn't waste a lot of time between pitches. If you put a clock up and wait for him, you're going to look at about 8 to 10 seconds between every pitch here. 1-2 the count. And outside 2-2. So watch, we'll give this a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, pitch. And that is pretty fast for a rate of pitch between pitches for a player who plays pro baseball. A lot of pitchers take a good 12 to 17 seconds between pitches. 2-2 count to Marshall. And he rocks and fires. And Marshall hits this hard. But back to the pitcher, and there's out number one. And now the second baseman, Manuel Geraldo, will come to the plate as Marshall heads back to the dugout to have a seat. Manuel Geraldo coming up to the plate, the 25-year-old. Takes the first pitch and hits it up the middle, and it drops in for a base hit as Anderson Miller picks it up, the center fielder, and tosses it back in. So the Legends, bats are hot to get started here. 2 runs in the first, and they're hoping to put more in this time here in the second inning. Or as Manuel Geraldo would say, muy caliente. And now Boog Powell comes back to the plate. Boog singled his first time at bat. And his first pitch is fouled off for strike one. Boog batting .258, 3 home runs, 12 RBIs. Also happens to he actually was third place in coolest names in minor league baseball last year among the voters. And he looks at strike one and he says, yep, I agree. That was a good pitch. 87-mile-an-hour fastball. From Povsey there, and so Boog says, yeah, I agree. 0-2 count. Geraldo with a 2-step lead over there at first. Shaw on the bag. 0-2 count to Powell. Checks his runner. Checks him again. Now fires. Way outside. Good job by Swihart to even, not Swihart. Good job by the catcher there, Castro, to grab a hold of that thing. Because he almost had a pass ball, and that would have been easy work for Geraldo at first to get to second. And this one's going to be low, 2-2 the count. So we were talking earlier, Boog Powell is no relation to the former major leaguer Boog Powell, the MVP from the 1970s season. But really rare that you have two people with such a interesting name like that to share it, and both of them play baseball. As this one's popped up a mile high, but finally caught on the way down there for out number 2 as Paredes steps under it. And here comes Tillman Pugh to the plate. He popped out to center his first time up. Or, excuse me, popped out to the catcher his first time up. On my notes, was it center? Okay. On my notes there, I had popped out to C, but somebody else did that, and it was the catcher. I think it was Ryan Jackson. That's who it was. So he popped out to center his last time up. And I told you Becker made the catch. I should have said Becker made the catch there, not Paredes. We've got all these lineups here, and I've got them on different cards, and he's hit by a pitch there, and Castro also took a little pop there as that one hits Pugh, and he'll go to first base. So I got them all spread out here, and should have done a better job of consolidating my notes here. And now Courtney Hawkins steps to the plate. Courtney with 12 home runs so far on the season. Added to his RBI total in the first. 34 RBIs now on the year for him. Leads the league in most categories, including facial hair, as he's got a beautiful beard. And this one's outside, ball one. And Swihart, let's see where Swihart is. Yeah, he's going to be a few places away on that lineup. Tejada, Irvin, then Swihart. Courtney had his double his first time up. Castro gives a signal there, and Povsey agrees, and then he throws it, but it's in the dirt. And 1-1 the count. One and one count to Hawkins. 2 on, 2 outs here. Top of the second inning. Povsey fires. Hawkins swings and misses for strike 2. Legends sharing Wild Health Field. There's a good look at Ben Revere, the first base coach. Legends share Wild Health Field here. Ben Revere, the coach there, one of the fastest players in Major League Baseball history, folks. And he's right here at Lexington helping coach his team. Hawkins hits this one hard to third base. They fire it over to second, and that'll end the inning. But, boy, I tell you what, give him a medal for stepping in front of that ball. So after 1.5, it's the Legends 2, the Genomes, coming up for their second trip to the plate. We'll be back with more Genomes baseball right here on the Genomes Radio Network. Well, as we get ready for the bottom of the second here on the Genomes Radio Network. We'll take a look at those Atlantic League standings right now. In the North Division, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs First place at 24-9, followed by the Lancaster Barnstormers at 15-18. The Long Island Ducks, York Revolution, and Staten Island Ferry Hawks round out the top 5 there. In the South Division, High Point Rockers at 25-8. Gastonia's Honey Hunters 23-10. Charleston Dirty Birds 15-18. And the Legends and Genomes are tied for 4th at 12-16. The winner of this game will move into 4th place by themselves, and the loser of today's game will go to 5th place. And, of course, they'll have another game, and they may be able to either tie that up or somebody's going to take a 2-game lead over the other. And here's Chris Shaw as he fouls this one out of play. And 1-1 the count to Shaw now. And 1-2 the count to Shaw. And this one's going to be high, 2-2. Chris Shaw's batting .323 with 2 home runs and 13 RBIs. Yeah, Hugh, they don't give you enough to do over there, buddy, so get it done, would you? Jeez. And this one inside, and the count goes full. I mean, all I have to do is sit over here and blab, and Hugh's got about 8 different machines to run over there. Full count to Chris Shaw here. Thompson fires, and Shaw will draw the walk. And that's a Blue Stallion base on balls. And here comes the former Chicago Cub player, Felix P.A. I was showing some of the guys before the game today. Felix, I have a couple of his baseball cards from when he played for the Chicago Cubs. He's a lot better looking back then. Jeez, what happened, Felix? I'm kidding, Felix. You still look handsome, you little devil, you. They checked the swing there. They say he went around, so 0-1 the count. Felix, the lefty. Thompson fires. And this one outside, 1-1. Shaw over at first base. Had a pretty good lead that last time. Decided not to go. P.A., the right fielder, bats 5th in the lineup. Castro is on deck. P.A. batting .219. And this ball gets by the catcher. And Shaw will move on to second base. So the Genomes now with their first runner in scoring position. Swihart tosses that ball over to the Legends dugout and says, I don't want to see that one again. PA with a home run and 5 RBIs on the season. And Thompson looks in. And fires. High, ball 3. 3-1 now. Bottom of the second, the Lexington Legends 2. The Wild Hill Genomes nothing. Here's the 3-1. And that one popped in there, but it's going to be high and outside, ball 4. So PA will take first base. So now there's 2 runners on first, and there's 2 runners on base, first and second here. Almost said there's 2 runners on first and second, but there's actually just 1 runner on each of those bases. And now your catcher comes to the plate for the Genomes, Carlos Castro. Keith, you ever have those days where you just don't feel in sync? Monday through Sunday. Today, I don't feel in sync today. Something feels off, and I don't know if it's, I'm a veteran. I'm thinking about Memorial Day, and yeah, we've been off for a week, so my muscle memory and my brain is gone. I'm not thinking as much about baseball, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it's not hot dog day. It's not free hot dog day. I had tenders today. That's not normal for me. So 0-1 count here to Castro. Thompson fires in. Castro swings, and 0-2 the count. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. If you're driving along in your car and you're listening to the game, 2-0 Legends. Bottom of the second. This one chopped over to third base. He fires over to first, and there's one out as Marshall makes the play. The runners advanced, so there'll be runners at second and third with one out. And now the Lexington product comes to the plate, Anderson Miller, and about 35 minutes before the game started today, about 45 I should say, Anderson Miller was down there in the batting cages working on his swing off of a tee. So kids, remember, these guys get paid to play pro baseball, and he was still using a batting tee, just like they do in T-ball, to work on his swing. So if it's good enough for him, it should be good enough for you. This pitch fired in there for the strike one to Miller. Runners at second and third, one out. And this one just outside. Misses the corner of the plate. 1-1 the count. Shaw at third, PA there at second. Miller hits the 1-1 hard, and it goes foul, but I tell you what, if he straightens that out, that's going to make this game a 3-2 Genomes lead. Anderson just had a baby, his wife and him, so congratulations to them as well. 1-2 count. And this one outside, 2-2. You can hear the loyal Legends listeners and fans down there. That pitch, they said, oh, nice pitch. They thought they had a strikeout, but count goes 2-2. That's Felix P.A., number 18 on your screen there, with his back to you. P.A. played for the Chicago Cubs for several years in the majors. And Miller hits this one hard, foul. Comes backwards towards us. Oh, I have to make a catch here. All right. Somebody made a catch there. And now somebody's got a souvenir. Man, I saw how ready you were to catch that ball, and I thought, man, I'll just give him this one. Were you going to catch that one? Were you going to catch it? You were? Do you play baseball? Who do you play for?
It was something elite. I forgot.
All right, here you go, man. So Miller goes down off the foul. And now Clay Louis Rondon comes to the plate. You have to forgive me. I was distracted talking to one of our little Legends fans here, and he was so excited to try to get that foul ball. I was excited for him, and I had a baseball right here, and he didn't get the one that he tried for. So Hugh Davis said, just give him that one, so I did. And now the first pitch to Rondon is ball one. So 2 on and 2 outs for the Genomes here in the bottom half of the second inning. They trail the Lexington Legends 2-0, and there's bad blood between these teams. The Legends don't like this new stepbrother that's come in and moved into the house, and the stepbrother says, hey, I'm allowed to do this. This is our house too, and you know how that stuff goes. It's our home, but no, it doesn't feel like it should be because you've lived here so long. And So these two are going to settle it on the baseball field. As that one's high, 3-0 now to Rondon. 2 on, 2 out. Thompson trying to get out of this inning without allowing a run. But he's got a 3-0 count to Rondon. May just go ahead and walk him here so they can make a play at any base on the next batter. And he's taking too long. Rondon steps out of the batter's box. Now he steps back in. You look at Shaw there at the bottom of your screen. Excuse me, Becker at the bottom of your screen there. No, that was Shaw, 34. There's PA. Ryan Jackson, 26, the shortstop for the Legends there. Now here's the pitch from Thompson to Rondon. Strike one. Rondon was taken the whole way there, you could tell. Most players do on that 3-0. Thompson winds up and fires. And this one's in the dirt, and that'll load the bases now for the Genomes. And now Luke Becker will come to the plate. Becker, the second baseman, batting .241, 5 home runs and 13 RBIs, and he'd like to add to those totals right now. Becker does have home run power, so he can send the ball for a ride if he gets a hold of it. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And Thompson fires the first pitch in there. It's going to be outside, ball 1. Beautiful day for baseball. It's hot, 87 degrees. We did have a nice little breeze blowing here for a little bit. But boy, when that breeze goes away, you can feel all 87 of those degrees, let me tell you. 1-0 pitch. And this one in there for a strike, strike 1. Boy, you can tell we're only in the second inning because every time there's a strike, Marvin King really gives it a good strike move to the right there, doesn't he? Yeah, he punches it up. I can't wait to see what that strike call looks like for Marvin in about 6 more of these innings. It gets a little harder to punch him up that easy. Ooh, that one's going to be low. Ball 2, 2-1. Looked pretty good from up here, but we're not down there. What's that? 2 7-inning games today? Okay. Well, let's see what he looks like in the 7th inning. Two and 1 here to Becker. 2 outs, bases loaded, and strike 2. I think Becker thought that was strike 3. He looked like he wanted to turn and walk to the dugout there. You still got one more, buddy. 2-2 the count. If you remember, Becker had a TV show years ago. It's the same one, too. Same Becker. 2-2, 2 outs, bottom of the second. And Becker hits this one to the shortstop, Jackson. He fires to first, and they do not get him, and the runner will score. And count that as a base hit, so an RBI single for Becker. And with second base covered, you got to wonder why he didn't just throw it to second there. But Jackson did what you're supposed to do there, fire it to first, and just couldn't get it there in time. And so it's a 2-1 ball game as the Genomes are on the board. And now stepping up is your leadoff batter, the left fielder, Martinez. And he's got bases loaded as well. And Thompson fires this in there for a strike. Martinez not so sure. Sometimes a run will settle the pitcher down. If a pitcher's in a game and even if the bases are still loaded, if the team he's pitching against scores a run, it settles them down a little bit and they're able to focus a little better than if there's nobody crossing the plate. He fires that pitch in there for a strike. Nice changeup. Really fooled Martinez that time. I'm about to say Rondon, but really fooled Martinez on that pitch. So he looked at the first one for a strike. This one fooled him. 0-2 count now. Thompson ready to get out of this inning. and leave 3 runners stranded if he can. Here's the pitch, and this one's in the dirt. And keeping it in front of him, doing a nice job of it so nobody moves there is Swihart. So 1-2 now. Martinez batting .200 on the season. And this one outside, 2-2. Bases loaded, bottom of the second, 2 outs. Martinez steps out now. Didn't like how much time Thompson was taking. And here's the 2-2 pitch from Thompson. Bases loaded. And in the dirt, Swihart, it gets away from him. The runner's going to come, and they miss the tag as Thompson couldn't hold on to the ball. And now it's a 2-2 game. As you take a look at the replay here, Martinez says hold up, but the runner comes anyway, and they score. As you see, the ball gets away from Thompson. And the Genomes tie it up here in the bottom of the second. And now runners at second and third with a 2-2 count on Martinez. Yep, full count. I heard that Price is Right theme just then. Dun, 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 dun. And this one inside, and they walk Martinez. So now the base is loaded again as the Genomes tie it up. At one point, it was runners at first and second, 2 outs. And now we're back to bases loaded. 2 runs have scored, 2 outs. And Swihart walking out to the mound to talk to his pitcher, along with the coach here, and they're going to try to settle him down. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Genomes Baseball on the Genomes Radio Network. Welcome back to Genomes Baseball. The Genomes have tied it up here in the bottom of the second, 2-2 with the Lexington Legends. And now Jimmy Paredes comes to the plate. Paredes batting .300, 3 home runs, and 14 RBIs. He's got the bases loaded now. Thompson is your pitcher for the Legends. Thompson, a native of Louisville, Kentucky. He's a big guy. He's 6'6", 250 up there on the mound. He's having trouble right now, though, as the Genomes are starting to pick at him a little bit. And swing and a miss here for strike one. 1-1 to count. He made his debut with he was drafted, I should say, by the Detroit Tigers back in 2013 with the 94th pick in the 3rd round. Thompson played his college baseball for the Louisville Cardinals. As he pitches this one, it's fouled off for strike 2. There's a good souvenir for her. She'll be excited to take that baseball home. And little man there, he's at his first baseball game maybe. He's enjoying something. Bases loaded here for Paredes. And he chops this one foul into the stands. And the count stays 1-2. Bases loaded for the Genomes here, bottom of the second. 2-2 ball game. The first of two today on Memorial Day 2022. And ball too low. A lot of twos. Second inning, 2-2 count, 2 outs, 2-2 game. 2-hour inning. And now the ball outside, so the count goes full 3-2. Full count to Paredes. Thompson, the third-round pick of the Detroit Tigers in 2013, trying to get out of this inning. So he fires, runners go, and they strike him out. And that'll end the inning. But the Genomes score 2. They leave 3 stranded, and we've got a tie ball game as we go to the third. You're listening to Genomes Baseball on the Genomes Radio Network. Welcome back to Genomes Baseball here on the Genomes Radio Network. This is Steve Tressler, and it's a 2-2 ball game here as we begin the top of the third. And strike one from Max Povsey to Tejada, as Povsey was the third-round draft pick of the Atlanta Braves back in 2014, and Povsey did play some Major League Baseball as he fires in strike 2 to Tejada. Povsey actually appeared. There's a good look at Max Povsey. He appeared for the Atlanta Braves, also played for the Seattle Mariners. He's a big drink of water, folks. He's 6'8". And he fires that one in there. Boy, I thought for sure that was strike 3. But, boy, I tell you what, it's scary to look up there at the mound and see a guy 6'8" throwing as hard as he does. Povsey 6'8", almost 200 pounds, and he throws 90 miles an hour. He's got a 1-2 count here to Tejada. Tejada hits this one foul. And the count will remain 1-2. And somebody make a nice catch out there as a souvenir. And Tejada hits this one hard and lines it into left field for a base hit. So the Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic native gets on base here in the top of the third inning with a lined left field single. And now Phillip Ervin, your designated hitter, comes to the plate. Ervin, .245 batting average on the year, 2 home runs and 11 RBIs. And he'll look at strike one as he leans back as if it was going to come in a little close, but strike one. Ervin from Mobile, Alabama. Ball one high from Povsey. He was drafted by the Cincinnati Reds at the first round, 27th overall pick back in 2013. Yeah, actually played for the Reds. Povsey fires this one in there, and that's going to be high. 2-1 the count to Ervin. Ervin made his major league debut in 2017. And this one is going to be ball 3. Not sure what happened there. So 3-1 count, Ervin. Top of the third, 1 on, no outs. And this one hit hard down the left field line, but foul. So the broken bat will send Ervin to the dugout. He'll come back with a replacement. You know, Bob Uecker was asked, how long does a bat last you during a season? And he said, it depends on how much I'm cooking. As Ervin hits this one hard and into left field for a base hit. So the DH gets on base, and you're right, Keith. They got that spot down pat as they've hit about 6 singles now to left field right between the short and third. And you would have thought they would have put a shift on by now to stop that. So Ervin gets on base. And he's 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles. And here's Blake Swihart. He went down looking his first time at the plate. And Povsey fires in. And Blake looks at strike one. Absolutely gorgeous day here for baseball. I'll tell you what, you cannot go wrong with this weather today, folks. Swihart swings and misses at a pitch. It was kind of low, strike 2. Swihart batting .208, 2 home runs and 6 RBIs, and I was looking through my cards the other day, some baseball cards of mine. I found a Blake Swihart Chrome Topps Bowman Chrome card of Blake Swihart. Pretty cool card. There's Rondon, the shortstop. And Swihart swings and misses, so that's the second time he struck out today. First time he went down looking, this time he goes down swinging. And that brings the shortstop to the plate, Ryan Jackson. He popped out to the catcher his first time up. Me and Ryan are real tight. I call him RJ. I made that up. I've never talked to Ryan in my life, but if I did have a friend named Ryan Jackson, I'd call him RJ. Keith, do you know Ryan? Okay. Same one, huh? Ryan used to play lacrosse with Keith, and boy, I tell you what, I don't know how in the world Max Povsey caught that ball. If we can get a replay of that one. I mean, Ryan Jackson absolutely drilled this ball. How did he catch that? And Povsey pulls the double play right there. How about that? Great replay there, guys. I appreciate it. Adam Morrison there. Wishing all of you out there a happy Memorial Day. We'll be back with the bottom half of the third right after this. This is Genomes Baseball on the Genomes Radio Network. Welcome back to Genomes Baseball on the Genomes Radio Network, and happy Memorial Day to all of our viewers and listeners alike. Moises Sierra steps up to the plate. Sierra batting .353 with a home run and 6 RBIs on the season. He looks at a ball high. Legends and Genomes playing 2 today, and we are in the third inning of that first game. And this one fired in there for strike one. Quite a few fans have made their way to the ballpark today. Some are sitting in the sunshine. Others prefer the shade. But either way, they've all come here to watch a little baseball and have a little fun on their day off. And they've stopped play for a drone. As they've got a drone over the top of the pitcher's mound here, folks. Maybe we get our camera to take a look at that or try to zoom in on it. And they've stopped play as there is a... Yeah, they've halted play as there's a drone over the top of the playing field. And so the umpire stopped the play, Marvin King. You see it's out there in center field flying around. Looks like somebody's trying to get a picture of something out there. We're going to try to get our... See the center fielder there? See if you can get the center fielder. And now look right above him. And finally it makes its way out of here. But we were all up here in the press box trying to figure a way to get a shot of that drone. But as this pitch fires in there, ball high. As we get back to live baseball action here. 2-1 count here to Moises Sierra. And, boy, he hits this a ton to left field, and that is out of here. And that's a home run from Moises Sierra, his second of the year for Sierra. And that'll give the Genomes a 3-2 lead as you watch the replay here, and he got this thing, and he hit it a ton to left field. That was a line drive home run, folks. And the Genomes take a 3-2 lead. And that'll set the plate for Chris Shaw as the Genomes take their first lead of the game on that Sierra home run. Chris Shaw steps up to the plate, hoping to increase that lead even more here. Strike one. Shaw was a first-round draft pick back in 2014 by the San Francisco Giants. Played his ball at Boston College, where he was drafted out of. Swing and a miss. And quickly, it's 0-2 to Shaw. Shaw was born in Stoneham, Massachusetts. Here's the 0-2. Thompson hits it to second. They'll fire it over to first. And that's the first out of the inning. I was thinking it was a second, but that's the first out. Geraldo made easy work of the ground ball, fired it to Tejada. And now the former Chicago Cub, Felix P.A., comes to the plate. Well, I'll tell you what, all these players have their walk-up music, and Felix knows how to pick them, buddy. Felix comes up, and his music will either wake you up or pump you up or give you a headache. As he hits this one to second, and another play, and light work for Geraldo as 2 shots in a row have gone to him, and 2 times he's made the play, and there's 2 outs. So now Carlos Castro comes to the plate with 2 outs. Jose Brasinho got signed on to a major league contract, so he's not playing out here today. And Riley Mahan as well. And first pitch is going to be low and outside to Castro for ball 1. Castro from the Caracas, Venezuela. As he hits this one hard to left field for a base hit. And with 2 outs, the Genomes have another base runner here. And a 3-2 lead, top of the third. Bottom of the third. I keep forgetting the Genomes are the home team today, as they are hosting our Lexington Legends here, since they are now sharing the field. And now the center fielder, Anderson Miller, comes to the plate. 1 on, 2 outs for Miller. And the first pitch is a swing and a miss. A 1 count. Miller started his baseball career here in Lexington and then went on to Western Kentucky. And he fouls this one and chops it. And it's quickly 0-2. He was drafted by the Kansas City Royals in the third round of the 2015 Major League Draft. He was a 98th pick overall. Thompson looks in, 0-2 count, 2 outs. And that one's outside, 1-2 the count. Miller so far this year, 192 batting average, no home runs. It does have 10 RBIs. Had a walk-off game-winning RBI earlier this month. As he looks at ball 2 high, 2-2 the count. That game went into extra innings here and rain delays and everything else, and almost 5 hours of baseball. He finally ended everybody's enjoyment / mercy. And now the count goes full. So we went from an 0-2 count to a full count here on 3 pitches from Thompson, and he's making his job harder now. 2 outs, 3-2 count. Genomes took the lead this inning with a solo home run shot. They've got a base runner now, and Miller at the plate. Runner goes, and Miller is going to be walked, so no stolen base there. And now the shortstop for the Genomes comes up, Clay Louis Rondon. One thing you'll notice about Rondon, if you watch him play, he's a very patient batter. He can work a count about as good as anybody I've seen out here. Thompson now walked 5 batters on the day. Credit that statement to Hugh Davis. Unless it was wrong, then go ahead and blame me. 1-0 to Rondon here. Runners on first and second. And this one high, 2-0. How many pitches is that now for him? 70 pitches. So typically, at this point, most pitchers are still throwing strikes, still throwing hard. Thompson's struggling out there. Could be the heat. Or maybe he's not struggling. Maybe he's just missing his mark. 3-0. I got a feeling if he walks this guy, there's going to be a mound visit, and we might see a different pitcher. But there's nobody in the bullpen loosening up. And here's the 3-2, or 3-0, and strike one called. Now, Rondon, it's interesting because that's the second time in a row Rondon has gotten a 3-0 count from Thompson. And also, the second time in a row, the 3-0 has gotten a strike after that. And now 3-2 as Rondon looks at strike 2. So 5 straight pitches here to Rondon. He hasn't swung at any of them, but this is exactly what happened the last time he was up. 3 straight balls, then 2 straight strikes, and then Rondon hit it. And that's what he does here and gets the base hit. And the runner's going to come around third to the plate. 1 run will score, and now runners on the corner as the Genomes extend the lead to 4-2 and give Rondon the RBI there on that single. As you see the replay here, nice little swing by the lefty, and the runner scores. So Tillman Pugh threw it in and got it to third, but it was too late. Runner already there. So his catcher goes out to talk to Thompson to try to settle him down, as now it's a 4-2 ball game. And this is only the first, folks. We've got a lot of baseball left here. At least 11 more innings. And now here's Luke Becker batting .250, 5 home runs, 14 RBIs. And the pitch from Thompson's going to be low, 1-0. And this one's low as well, 2-0 the count. Runners on first and third for the Genomes as they lead 4-2 here in the bottom of the third. And this one chopped foul by Becker. 2 balls and 1 strike. Such a pretty day today, folks. If you are not at the ballpark, you should be. Runner goes. And Rondon gets a stolen base as that pitch was outside. Count goes 3-1 now. Runners at second and third, 2 outs here. Bottom of the third, Becker with a 3-1 count. Becker hits this one to right field, and that's going to be extra base as it goes into the corner. Irvin gives chase, throws it in, and both runners will score here, and the Genomes lead it 6-2 thanks to a 2 RBI double by Luke Becker. As you look at that replay, that ball hit hard to the corner right off the Moe's Southwest Grill sign. They fire it in, but both runners score, and now it's a 6-2 Genomes lead. Genomes seem to have the Legends number. Here's the pitch to Martinez, strike 1. So Thompson, after getting 2 outs fairly quickly, struggling to get out of this inning now. Here's the 0-1, and he'll chop this one past the pitcher, and an error at on the shortstop, Ryan Jackson, as he can't hold on to the ball. He tried to barehand it and throw it to first, but couldn't hold on to it, and so Martinez makes it to first. Becker goes to third, and now runners on the corner. So now runners at first and third as Jimmy Paredes, the second baseman, comes up. I want to say he's second. No, he's third baseman. So runners on the corners, and the first pitch is a strike to Paredes. And the Genomes doing some damage here as they've already put 3 runs up this inning, 4 runs now. And 0-2 now. You know, I was at a baseball game one time, Hugh, and it looked like the ball just kept getting bigger and bigger, and then it hit me. As he fouls this one off for strike 2. Get it? Get it, Hugh? It kept getting big, and then it – because what happened there, Hugh, was it doesn't matter. 6-2 Genomes lead here, bottom of the third. Thompson trying to get out of this inning, and he does. As strike 3 there, swinging – will end the inning as Paredes goes down on strikes, but they do the damage they wanted to do here, and they've got a 6-2 lead as we head to the 4th. It's the Genomes 6, the Legends 2. We'll be back. This is the Genomes Radio Network. Welcome back to the Genomes Radio Network. It is Genomes Baseball here at Wild Health Field in Lexington, Kentucky. Welcome back to all our listeners and viewers here on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel, as well as many of you watching from all over the world, especially in the Dominican Republic and Venezuela. We want to welcome you to Genomes Baseball. Genomes lead it here 6-2 at Wild Health Field in Lexington, Kentucky. And if you've never made a trip to Lexington, Kentucky, it should be something on your to-do list. Beautiful, beautiful place. This is horse country. Kentucky is known all over the world for four things: basketball, bourbon, horses, and Lexington Legends baseball. So Montrell Marshall trying to get things going for the Legends here in the top of the fourth inning. As he looks at first pitch high, ball one, 1-0 the count. Montrell Marshall swings at the next one, and he gets to the shortstop, Rendon. He fires over to first, and that's out number one. So Marshall took a 1-1, or took a 1-0 pitch and hit it. So one up and one down for Povsey. And now Geraldo comes to the plate. Not the one who had Geraldo at large, but our Geraldo. Povsey winds and delivers outside, ball one. And he hits this one hard. It's going to be in the corner. It's going to be extra bases for Geraldo as he makes his way to second with a stand-up double to get things going here. And he calls timeout as he gets to second base to take off his shin guard, his batting equipment. Felix P.A. threw it into second, but Geraldo was already there waiting, so a stand-up double, and he's going to try to get it going here. Boog Powell steps in. He popped out to second his last time at the plate. He hits the first pitch foul into Souvenirville. Don't forget to come to the game this July as we have a Boog Powell look-alike contest, and you get to pick the winner. We call it Pick a Boog Night. Oh, 1 the count to Powell. And Povsey fires it in there. Powell checks his swing, and no check by the catcher, so it's 1-1. Say, Hugh, do you know why the Sausage quit playing baseball? Because he was the worst on the team. W-U-R-S-T, worst, get it? All right. For some of you who don't follow pig jokes or poultry, oh, this one hit hard by Powell off Povsey's back, and that's a base hit, folks. That's kind of like in tennis when you hit somebody with a tennis ball and they don't return it. That's your point, and Povsey hurt as he walks straight over towards the dugout. Now he turns back around. If we can get a shot of him on the camera. That ball comes right back, and, ooh, man, did that hit him hard. Rondon couldn't handle it, but that's still a base hit. No foul there. No errors to be made, as now the trainer and the manager out there talking to Povsey. Is there now replay? I don't know if Joe Lang in replay there can slow that replay down to see where it hit him. I'm not sure if that was his elbow or his hip. Joe, are you able to do that? So they're going to try to see what they can do in replay. Adam and Joe over there in the replay booth here. Let's see if we can see that again. Ooh, hit him in the hip. Yeah. So that hit him right in the hip. Now he's going to shake it off, see if he can. Yeah, so it hit him in that hip. Looks like the right hip is where it got him. But, that could be worse. If it was on his landing leg, his left leg, that would have been worse. But it hit him in his right leg. So that's what he's pushing off of. So you got to wonder if that affects his push off on his pitch, because that's where you generate all your power as a pitcher, from that back leg pushing off. And so they're going to let him loosen up here and see if he can stay in the game. He says, "No, I'm fine, everybody. Much ado about nothing." These are good baseball fans here. They get it. They get it. And you got to appreciate that. When you got baseball fans that aren't just sitting there just staring at the field, they get it. That's why there was a timeout. They realize he's okay now, and whether they're cheering for the Genomes or not, they gave him a nice hand, and that's good to see. Because a lot of teams have some ugly, not very smart fans, but not us. Right, Keith? Not us. And here comes Tillman Pugh to the plate. Tillman Pugh has got some power, 286, 6 home runs, 18 RBIs. And this fired in there hard, but a little high for ball one. So we got runners on the corners now for the Legends, and they want to do a little something here. 1 out, runners at first and third. That pitch there was an 86-mile-an-hour fastball from Povsey. And he fires the 1-0. And strike one to Pugh. 1-1 count now. Some of the fans didn't like that one as they let their voices be heard. Here's the 1-1. Outside, ball two. So 2-1 now the count. 1 out. Genomes lead 6-2. Runners on the corners. Tillman Pugh in the batter's box here, facing Max Povsey. And here's the pitch. And this one fouled off hard, coming back towards us, and that'll be strike two. 2-2 count. A lot of people don't know that baseball is actually mentioned in the Bible. Did you know that? People don't know that. If you look in Genesis, it says in the beginning. I don't know if it says beginning or big inning, but I think that's what it was. This one's fouled off, and that keeps it at 2-2. Oh, it says beginning, doesn't it? They don't say big inning? No, no good on that one, guys. Thumbs down. I thought they meant big inning, like there was a lot of runs scored. As a Catholic, I shouldn't say that. That's grounds for not getting communion. I'll stick with my worst joke, the other worst joke. 2-2 to Tillman Pugh here. And strike three, he'll go down swinging, and that's a second out. Yeah, it was just 2 balls that time. So he goes down swinging, but that brings up big Courtney Hawkins to the plate. And if you wanted anybody at the plate when you got 2 runners on base and you're trailing by 4 runs, this would be the guy. Courtney Hawkins, not just the league leader in home runs, but the league leader in batting average and facial hair. And I hope that does not offend him. because I'm afraid that would be a bad day for me if Courtney got mad at me. As he looks at ball one low there, want to know the count. You know, I can't think. Oh, wow, he called a balk there. That's interesting because I didn't see that. In any case, though, the Legends will get a run out of the deal. And we'll figure out exactly what was that a quick, was that catcher interference or something? What was it? Oh, okay, quick pitch. Maybe. So the official scorer says maybe. Got it. Well, look, hold. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so Marvin King, he motions and says, okay. Now look at the third base umpire. Look what he's doing there. As he motions there and says, okay. I got you. All right, so 6-3 now. Hawkins at the plate. 1-0 count. Okay, I got it. So the ball's removed, so the quick pitch doesn't count. So that means there is no ball one. It's an 0-1 now, as that one's fouled off. So it was a called balk, and that removes the pitch. And that was nice, a souvenir for a fan, and they already had a ball that we gave them from the scorer's box here, so they throw it down to some fans that didn't have one. So that's kind of nice. So 0-1 now to Courtney Hawkins, 2 outs. That balk does bring in a run, though. And, folks, I got to tell you, Courtney Hawkins keeps playing baseball the way he's playing it. He won't last the month of June here in Lexington. He will get called up by somebody because he is crushing the ball at this level. He was the 2012 first-round pick, 13th overall in the Major League Baseball draft by the Chicago White Sox. A swing and a miss here, strike 2. He went to Mary Carroll High School in Corpus Christi, Texas, and the White Sox took him with the 13th overall pick in the 2012 Major League Draft. Courtney is 6'3", 250, so when he gets a hold of a ball, you can book a flight on Allegiant, and you still wouldn't see it. This one's going to be high, 1-2 now. Oh, yeah. All those flights canceled. Can you believe that? And here's the 1-2 to Courtney from Povsey. And this one's outside, 2-2. It could be worse. They could be hitting with the ball. Courtney hit 3 times last time these teams faced each other. And the last time he got hit, you could tell that he decided that would be the last time he'd be hit before he decided to take on that issue with that team himself. And this pitch fouled off as he tried to get the curveball by him, the 77-mile-an-hour curve. Now, Hugh, do you know why some umpires are fat? They always clean their plate. That was on my Laffy Taffy joke, guys. I can't take any responsibility nor blame. You almost can't say that joke. Somebody could get offended. That's high, ball 3, 3-2. And just for anybody out there who's offended, I'm fat, and I love it. I love that joke. Yeah, that's right. And as a fat broadcaster, not only do I like that fat joke of myself I made, but I speak for all fat people. I am your leader. Let's laugh. Full count on Courtney Hawkins here. 3-2, 2 outs, top of the 4th. And Hawkins pops it up high. That ball's coming into souvenir land, and no, it's going to be caught by Castro. And that'll end the inning, folks. So the Legends leave one stranded, but they do get one runner that comes in on a balk by the pitcher, Povsey. And it's a 6-3 game. We'll be back for the bottom of the fourth, and your Genomes come up to the plate. This is Genomes Baseball on the Genomes Radio Network. Welcome back to Wild Health Field, folks. The Genomes lead here 6-3 as we begin the bottom of the fourth. This is a rare occasion as the Genomes are actually hosting the Lexington Legends at their own field until they get their stadium built. The Wild Health Genomes are going to be moving to Hagerstown, Maryland eventually. But for now, they're going to be right here at Wild Health Field, and Pee-wee's making his rounds as he goes and visits all the guests here at the game today. And I know he is hot in that outfield because, folks, I was the former Pee-wee mascot here in their in their first season, the Legends' inaugural season, and that's a hot thing to wear when it's 90 degrees outside. And now it's time for the Genomes to come back to the plate here, and a new pitcher on the mound for the Legends. As Schneider takes the mound. And strike one. And a swing and a miss, strike two here for Sierra. Oh-2 now to Sierra. He homered his last time to the plate. He's batting .371. That was only his second home run of the season. As he hits this one, a little dribbler foul. And you got to think that Moises Sierra and Courtney Hawkins may not be around in July because both of these guys are hitting the ball so well and playing great baseball that they'll get called up. Riley Mahan already gone. Here's the 0-2 from Schneider, and it's going to be outside. 1-2 now to Sierra. And, yeah, Jose Brasinho got called as well. Brett Schneider, the pitcher for the Legends. And this one just a bit outside as well, so 2-2. So you can close the book now on Thompson. And the 2-2, a swing and a miss, so strike three as Sierra goes down swinging. And that's the first out here in the bottom of the fourth. So A good start for Schneider. And here comes Chris Shaw to the plate. The only guy in the MILB that plays Def Leppard on his way to the plate. And I salute you for that, Chris. First pitch to him is low, ball one. Schneider, your pitcher there, is from Dominican, New York. Played ball at Dominican College. And this one's high and outside for ball two. 2-0 count. You know, there was a Star Wars movie based on baseball. Did you know that? It was called The Umpire Strikes Back. And here's the 2-0 to Shaw. Inside, strike one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I brought the entire book of terrible baseball jokes. Strike two. Shaw swings on that one and misses. He's batting .320, though. He's hitting the ball well. 2 home runs and 13 RBIs on the season for Shaw. As many of you know, his mom designed a garment that you can wear across your shoulders and named it after herself. They call it the shawl. And that ball's low, 3-2. That's right, folks. Another terrible joke here on the Genomes Radio Network. Hugh Davis, you liked that one secretly, didn't you? Yes, you did. I saw that smile creep across your face. Don't you lie to me, son. And this one on the payoff pitch, it's going to be outside, so Shaw draws a walk. So now a runner at first for the Genomes here in the bottom of the fourth. And Felix PA will come to the plate. PA batting .216 with a home run and 5 RBIs. You know, Hugh, when I was playing baseball, I was a pitcher, and my freshman year, my coach, I was having trouble getting guys out. My coach came out to me as PA hits this one hard, right to first base, and caught it and over to second for the double play. What a job by the first baseman there. I'm wondering what the question was that he would. Okay, they were asking if it's fair or foul. So Tejada makes a great play over there as he makes the catch, touches the bag, and then throws over to second for the double play. So that'll end the inning, and I'll tell you the rest of that story about my pitching career when we come back. You're listening to Genomes Baseball on the Genomes Radio Network. Welcome back to Wild Health Field in Lexington, Kentucky, folks. As you're watching Genomes Baseball, and you get a look at the Legends dugout there, as they are no doubt talking about how to come back and score 3 runs and tie this thing up and eventually how to take the lead. I talked to several of the players, the Legends players, for the game as we were out there shooting basketball. They got a little basketball court over by the clubhouse, and they were definitely glad to be back home from the road trip and ready to play some baseball today as we are in the middle of game one here of the two-game doubleheader. Remember, these doubleheaders are only 7 innings long, so they'll play 2 7-inning games, and that's not too terrible. Meaning not too terrible to play when it's hot outside. Plus, these are young guys, man. They can handle this. They're all in great shape, all getting paid to play baseball. You can't go wrong with that. And here's Isaiah Tejada. He steps up to the plate. The first baseman who just made that great play. See, he ended the inning, and now he's first up. See what I'm talking about? I got a little theory on that. 60 to 70% of the time, the person who makes the last play and ends an inning is usually the first one up to the plate. And he's 2 for 2 today as he looks at strike one. 1-1 to count. Povsey still on the mound for the Genomes. And he has a 6-3 lead to work from as he winds and fires here. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So, yeah, my pitching coach in high school came up to me, Hugh, and he said, I figured out your problem. He's like, you start to lose control usually right after the national anthem. And so after the national anthem's played, I don't pitch strikes. So then he asked me to stop playing baseball and go play tennis, and I did. As this one swung on and hit hard but foul a mile high in the air, and a catch by Castro as he makes a heck of a diving catch over there by the Genomes dugout as you take a look at the replay here. And that was awful nice of Tejada to point to it so he could see where to go there. And that's out number 1 here in the top half of the 5th. Plenty of people made it out to the game today. And now looks like the catcher down there just fixing his equipment, and that's what the delay was there, folks. And now Phillip Irvin steps up to the plate, batting .253. And he's moved over to right field as he swings and fouls this one off for strike 1. Now, you would think at a baseball game like today, it wouldn't be as hot as it is because, after all, it's full of fans. Yeah, that's right. They're not moving. They're just sitting. Did you like that one, Bill Sally? You would never think the game would be as hot as it is with all these fans here. Yeah, that's a good one for Laffy Taffy to put on their candy. This one hit hard, and I mean a mile high, and it's going to be foul. But, folks, there is a railroad track about 75 feet beyond the left field line, and I can promise you that if a train was going by, it got hit with that baseball. Irvin crushed that thing. 1-2. This one in the dirt, 2-2, and I don't blame Povsey for not trying to throw a strike then. Last time he threw a strike, it hadn't landed before that pitch made it to the plate. You can only hope that Irvin will straighten this one out. 2-2 count on Phillip Irvin, 1 out. Top of the 5th here in game 1. Legends trail 6-3 to the Genomes. That looked like a pretty good pitch, and Irvin's got a nice little move where he ducks his shoulder down like it came in too close. I think Marvin King bought it as he calls that one a ball. Full count here. And here's a pitch from Povsey. And he looks at strike 3, and that's out number 2 of the inning. And now Blake Swihart will step up to the plate. Swihart, a Texas native. First pitch, he hits it high up in the air. Castro going under it and makes the catch and falls over his third baseman. What a play by Castro to hold on to that ball. And in the meantime, he runs over Jimmy Paredes. As you look at the replay here, now you're supposed to let the catcher wave you off. And Paredes at the last minute saw him and was able. And look at Paredes. He poses for the picture after that. Folds his arms. That'll end the inning. We'll come back for the bottom half of the fifth. Your Genomes are coming up to bat. This is Genomes Baseball on the Genomes Radio Network. Welcome back to Lexington, Kentucky's Wild Health Field as your Wild Health Genomes lead here 6-3 over the Lexington Legends. And Carlos Castro, who ended the inning with that catch, see that? Ended the inning first up. What did I tell you? Yeah, see, I told you. It's my theory. It works. He ended the inning. He's first up here as we begin the bottom of the fifth. And he swings and misses for strike one. Castro, .222 batting average. No home runs, 9 RBIs. I wonder if anybody will ever beat Cy Young's lifetime win record. Swing and a miss, strike two. I mean, the way they nurture these pitchers nowadays, there's no way. Cy Young, 511 wins. 511 wins. Can you imagine that? My goodness. Yeah. As Castro hits this one to left field for a base hit. And the Genomes have got a base runner and a 6-3 lead here, bottom of the fifth. And Anderson Miller coming up. You know, Young's records span from the 1890s into baseball's modern era, you know. You know, to break that record today, a pitcher would need to win 25 games for 20 years straight, and he would still come up about 12 short. I mean, that's unreal. This one lined up the middle for a base hit for Miller. And now runners at first and second, and that was reminiscent of the game-winning RBI he hit here a couple weeks ago. And that was a single to center field as well. So the Genomes with a little bit of something going here in the bottom half of the fifth as they have a 6-3 lead, and now they've got runners at first and second with nobody out, and Rondon comes to the plate, the shortstop who does very well working these counts, has a very good bat as well, batting .227, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs, but always seems to come up with a hit when they need one. As he bunts this one, and that's going to move the runners, and he's going to get there safely as well. The Legends were absolutely not ready for that. Boy, you talk about the lost art of bunting and the lost art of how to defend against the bunt. I mean, players today, I don't think they have any idea, Keith, how to actually defend a bunt, and really have lost the art on how to play a bunt. I mean, that was a great bunt. But, I mean, think about that. What a lost art that is. Instead of that being a sacrifice bunt, that turned into an infield base hit, and now the bases are loaded for Luke Becker. And Becker with 5 home runs and 16 RBIs is going to add to his total. If he can get a hold of one here as he swings and misses for strike one. Bottom of the fifth, no outs. Genomes up to the plate with the bases loaded. Luke Becker, your batter. This one inside, ball 2, or excuse me, 1-1. You think Nolan Ryan's record, 5,700 strikeouts, will ever get broken? Nah, 5,700 strikeouts. I mean, Randy Johnson's second on that list, isn't he? 2-1 the count. They don't let him pitch long enough. I mean, all right, so this one hit hard by Becker to short, but they're going to turn the double play here, but a runner will score. So the 6-4-3 double play does get 2 outs, but a runner scores, so they do their job. As you look at the replay here, Jackson picks it up, tosses it over to Hawkins, and he fires it over to first. Not Hawkins. Why did I say Hawkins? Geraldo, he fires it to first. So 2 outs, runner scored, though. It's a 7-3 Genomes lead. And Martinez looks at strike one. And that one fires in there at 80 miles an hour. You know, it's funny, though. Randy Johnson's almost 1,000 strikeouts behind Cy Young or Nolan Ryan. What was that? Nolan Ryan's innings pitched? Yeah. I mean, Randy Johnson is 1,000 behind him. And you got to figure that guy struck out. So, I mean, it seemed like he was on a tear where he just got everybody out. I never struck out against him or Kerry Wood. This one hit into right field. Little bloop single that falls for a base hit. And that'll bring another run in. And it's an 8-3 Genomes lead here. So 2 outs, and now 2 runs have scored for the Genomes here in the bottom of the fifth. You think these players, when they go into a second game, after you lose game 1, are you motivated to get that second game and win that one, or do you think they just think, well, it's business as usual? What do you think, guys? Does it fire you up? I mean, if you're tired, you got another game to play, are you just tired and got another game to play, or are you fired up if you lose one? You got to think that the Legends want to defend their turf here and say, we don't care if it's called Wild Health Field and this is a home game for you all. This is the Legends field. We've been here 20 years. This one hit hard to the second baseman, knocked down and fires over to first, and they get the out. So the Legends end the inning as Geraldo knocks that ball down, smothers it, and gets it over to Tejada to end the inning. So 2 runs. They leave 1 stranded. It's 8-3 Genomes. We'll be back with more Genomes baseball on the Genomes Radio Network. Welcome back to Wild Health Field in Lexington, Kentucky. It's Genomes Baseball as they host the Lexington Legends here Memorial Day 2022, folks. And if you're just joining us, the Genomes have an 8-3 lead here as we begin the top half of the sixth. Now, normally, that's a foul ball souvenir for somebody. Normally, it would be a home game for the Legends, but it's not because the Genomes share the field with the Legends, and, well, it's their home game today. And they've got two of them because it's a doubleheader. Strike two to the shortstop, Ryan Jackson, who ended last inning by turning 2. 0-2 count. New pitcher on the mound, Tim Peterson. Jackson hits this one hard and foul, and now the count's 0-3. Just kidding. 0-2 still as that one's fouled out of play. Peterson has not given up a home run all year this year. 14 strikeouts on the season, only 1 walk. If you want a reliever to do his job, that's doing your job, as this one's popped up. Rondon settles underneath it and makes the catch, and there's 1 out. That's a pretty good line there, Hugh Davis. 14 strikeouts and 1 walk. That's pretty good work for 12 innings pitched. Montreal Marshall coming up here, 241 batting average, the big right-hander. He's got 2 home runs this year so far. And, boy, this one fired in there hard. 86 miles an hour, strike 1. Marshall looks at it. 0-1. And this one's going to be low. 1-1 the count. Tim Peterson is your pitcher as you get a good look at him there, the University of Kentucky graduate, drafted by the New York Mets back in 2012. And this one's fouled off. 1-2. Hugh Davis letting me know that Baseball Reference is the site to go to for stats, both major leagues, minor leagues, and sometimes the college stats are on there as well. As we talk about Tim Peterson up here. And Peterson in 12 innings has struck out 14. And this one right down the pipe, and boy, that was a good pitch. Another 86-mile-an-hour fastball. What do you think? No? All right. Looked like he might have. If we had the box on the screen, I think it would have been in the box. You think? Yeah, mine too. The mental box. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Peterson gets another strikeout to add to his inning total there. So 1 out. In the top of the inning here, top of the 6th, and Montrell Marshall goes down swinging there. Peterson has a birthday today, folks. It's Tim Peterson's birthday, May 30th. I made that up, folks. But that was his debut 4 years ago, May 30th. He made his major league debut with the New York Mets. Strike 1 here. Swing and a miss, strike 2 here. Two strikes on Geraldo. I didn't have his number down. No wonder I was so confused. Yeah. Geraldo fouls this one off, 0-2. Peterson there. He's from Washington State. Puyallup, Washington. Puyallup, Washington, where he's from, is actually known for one thing. Swing and a miss, strike 3, ends the inning. As Geraldo goes down swinging, so 3 up, 3 down for the Legends in the top half of the 6th. We'll be back, and the Genomes are coming up in the bottom of the 6th. This is Genomes Baseball on the Genomes Radio Network. Welcome back to Lexington, Kentucky's Wild Health Field, and Moises Sierra comes to the plate. And he looks at ball 1. Sierra homered in this game today already and struck out as well. Genomes won an 8-3 lead here in the bottom of the 6th. hits this one hard to the shortstop, picked up by Jackson, fired over to first, and that's going to be out number 1 for the Genomes. And Chris Shaw comes to the plate. Brett Schneider is your pitcher for the Legends out there. And Shaw takes the 1-0 pitch deep left field all the way back to the warning track, and against the wall there is Courtney Hawkins, and he makes the catch. Boy, I tell you what, Shaw hit that a little harder, and he would have had his home run total go up by 1 there, and RBI total as well. He got a hold of that. In any case, though, 2 up, 2 down so far here in the bottom of the 6th, and Felix PA steps up to the plate. PA batting .213, a home run and 5 RBIs. And he'll look at ball 1 from Schneider. PA, the lefty out of the Dominican Republic. And he hits this one like deep right field, and it is gone, baby, gone. Boy, there's no doubt about that one. As soon as he hit that thing, you knew it was gone, folks. You take a look at this replay here. Yeah, he hit that very hard. And if you're a Legends fan, that should remind you of how sad you are. Almost as sad as the directorial debut, Gone Baby Gone, by Ben Affleck. So a 9-3 Genomes lead here in the bottom of the 6th. 2 outs, and Carlos Castro comes up to the plate. If you're a Legends fan watching that home run, this one hit the shortstop Jackson. He'll fire it over to first, and that's the inning. So the Genomes get a run off the home run shot by PA, and they lead 9-3 as we head to the 7th. You're listening to Genomes Baseball on the Genomes Radio Network. Welcome back to Wild Health Field here as the Lexington Legends and the Wild Health Genomes get ready to start the 7th inning. As we begin the 7th inning, Boog Powell, top of the 7th, comes up to the plate. Now, normally this would be a Legends home game, but the Genomes share the field, so it's a home game for them. As a first pitch from the new pitcher, Diego Moreno fires in there for a 96-mile-an-hour ball. And Boog Powell swings at the second pitch and gets a base hit here. And now the Legends have a runner, and they need plenty of runs here as they're trailing 9-3 here. And this is the last inning, folks. So if you're watching at home, this is the last inning of Game 1 as we are going to play a doubleheader today. So when this inning is over, don't tune off the broadcast just yet because we have another game coming to you. It's the doubleheader here on Memorial Day. And now the pitch hitter comes to the plate, Cesar Cuevas. Runner on first, nobody out for the Legends. And this pitch in there, 96 miles per hour. Can I say that right? Yeah, miles per hour. Ball one. Now, folks, he's throwing some smoke. When you hear that mitt pop and you're up here, you can tell. See the difference between 96 and 86? As this one's hit hard and into left field for a base hit. So now runners on first and second for the Legends and nobody out. Legends trail by 6 runs to the Genomes, but they have runners on first and second, nobody out, and Courtney Hawkins coming to the plate. Hawkins batting .346 with 12 home runs and 34 RBIs. Swing and a miss for strike one. Folks, if you have not gone to a baseball game in years or in a long time, get out to the ballpark. Get out to the ballpark and have some fun. Swing and a miss, strike two to Courtney Hawkins, as that was 86 miles an hour on that changeup. Now, you can tell the difference from the sound of the mitt, the catcher's mitt up here in the booth from a 96 and an 86. It's pretty distinctly different. When he throws a fastball, there's a much louder pop on 96. Like that one right there, I guarantee was fast. There you go. 96 on that one. You could hear it up here. As a matter of fact, I'll be going to a baseball game in a non-working capacity on Thursday, taking in the Reds game. And then I'm coming back here to Lexington to call the Genomes game. As this one's hit to third base by Hawkins, and there's no play as he can't handle it, and all the runners are safe. So that ball hit smoking hard to third base, and not able to handle it there as you take a look at that replay. And everybody's safe as Paredes just couldn't get a handle on that to make a play. So now bases loaded for Tejada. Nobody on, bases loaded. And he looks at strike one. Yeah, doubleheader tomorrow as well, folks. So if you're watching the doubleheader today, don't forget you got a doubleheader tomorrow. Michael Watkins will be here on the call. And you should enjoy that game. Both of those games. Michael he'll be calling both of those games tomorrow. Diego Moreno came into the game and immediately bases are loaded, nobody out, and a 1-1 to Tejada, and this one's going to be high, ball two. A doubleheader tomorrow here between these two teams as well, and Michael Watkins will be on the call, and you'll enjoy that game. He's a much better announcer than I am. Doesn't have all his teeth like I do, but he's a great guy. Yeah, and he's going to be out of practice, so hopefully he'll sound a lot better than I did today. 2-1 here is going to be low. 3-1 now. He's in jeopardy of walking in a run here. Bases loaded, nobody out, in a 3-1 count here to Tejada. Now he's in a position where he has to throw a strike. If he doesn't, he walks one in. But it's scary because if you throw a strike, your batter knows you're going to throw a strike because you can't walk anybody in. You can knock them all in. Your pitcher, Moreno from Venezuela, looks in, rocks, fires, and outside, and they walk in the run. So the Legends get a run and scored here on the walk by Moreno, and it's a 9-4 game as Boog Powell comes across the plate. And now Phillip Ervin steps in. Bases loaded for Ervin. Outside, ball one. Ervin, the former Samford Bulldog, hits this one, goes to short. They fire over to second, over to first, but he's going to be safe, and the run scores, and it's a 9-5 game now. They do get the run out at second, the runner out at second here. As you watch the replay, Rondon fires over to second. They get one, but they can't get Ervin as he gets down the base path. The Samford Bulldog. And the runner will score, so the sacrifice there as well. And now it's a 9-5 game. And Blake Swihart comes to the plate. Swihart with 2 home runs this year. And swings and misses on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball for strike one. Now Swihart represents the tying run at the plate here. Or excuse me, Swihart would be the 8th run, as he swings and misses, strike two. So the tying run is on deck. The winning run is in the hole for the Legends. The Genomes need 2 outs to get game one in the books as a W for them, and they move into 4th place by themselves with a win here. Well, I mean, if the Genomes will get the win if they get the 2 outs here. And that'll put them in sole place of 4th if they do that. Swihart fouls this one off, and the count remains 0-2. Oh, I see what you're saying, Hugh. Yeah. The Legends, see, and that's why I think I'm mixed up there. See, my head's mixed up because this is not a Legends home game. I keep thinking because they're out there, it is. So the Legends, that would not be the winning run. That'd be the go-ahead run with the assumption that the Genomes don't score in the bottom half of the 7th, but they do get the last at bat if there is a need for it. Genomes lead here 9-5. Top of the 7th. Swihart at the plate with 0-2 and swings and misses. And that's the 3rd time today he's gone down on strikes, twice swinging. And now with 2 outs, Ryan Jackson, the shortstop, comes to the plate. Ryan Jackson, 2 on, 2 out. And he pops this one up, and that's the ball game, folks, as Rondon comes in and makes the catch, and the Genomes will win 9-5 over your Lexington Legends in Game 1 here on Memorial Day 2022. So these guys will take a 30-minute break, and then they'll come back out here as we will play the national anthem. It's not played before the games. It's actually played between the two games for the doubleheader, and we'll come back here in about 25 minutes for the start of Game 2 as the Lexington Legends take on the Wild Health Genomes in the second game of the day. This is Genomes Baseball on the Genomes Radio Network. Back in 25 minutes, everybody.